This is challenging because everything's so quick.
And it's hard to put like values on stuff because I feel like you can very easily slip into that.
It's hard to get into the spaces where real sort of communication and listening and action can really take place.
And like making sure that it actually happens, because it's one thing to go in and be like, we're using music to like bridge cultural boundaries, but are we actually doing that?
Those beats are like and these are they're swung like that. And you're
faster, but that's the idea.
Okay. What is this piece about going to
1, 2, 3, 4.
What is the name?
It's about, it's taking a train. It's about a train. Yes, we're creating performances that demonstrate a dialogue between two different perspectives, but I think it's been hard because it's important not to be too product oriented and be really intentional about the process and like not just create a performance that's about cultural dialogue, but how do we make every moment of it also about sort of meeting in a middle space.
That's what I meant about sort of going through the motions of it. Is like, okay, we're gonna get together and we're gonna create this product that gives the impression of collaboration. Versus, like what you said, every step of the way actually collaborating so that what comes across is really genuine and we're not trying to create a product. It's improved dramatically since our first concert, and you know that's the way it has to be when you're coming into a culture that you have no clue about, and you know you have to wing it the first couple of times and learn from your mistakes.
Especially a culture in which Americans are usually coming into in a very specific way, in like a dominating role, and in a sort of like here's how things are, or in a aggressive even foreign policy way. We're all coming from a very different perspective. So it's interesting that we're sort of like, we're the American musicians coming to Pakistan to play with Pakistani musicians. So we come with different styles in our playing, with different ways of working, with different ideologies in our heads. I'm coming from mostly playing either improvised or recently written music that's not usually written down right now. I don't really usually like performing where performances usually happen. I'm interested in bringing performances and musical performances and other kinds of performances into new spaces and see what they do. So I do a lot of performances in public spaces and on streets and things like that. I grew up with the ocean and with being able to go to the ocean, usually by myself, and to be able to sit and to be with myself in this wide open, but extremely active. Like the ocean's always active, and it's always giving something to you. So as soon as I started traveling, I was always really interested in getting to the ocean and those other places because it's always so different, but then in this wonderful way, it's always the same body of water. All the oceans are connected, you know, and it's different at the shore, but once you get out far enough, it's going to be the same. I've been on the American side of the Atlantic and the American side of the Pacific, and on the West African side of the Atlantic and the European side of the Atlantic, but I had never been to the Arabian Sea or anywhere near here. So the whole time I was like, okay, I'm going to Pakistan, it's gonna be great, and I'm gonna get to the Arabian Sea. When I was around like 4 years old, we had this woman come, and she was our babysitter, and she played the flute. And it was really like the first time making your own music for yourself was in my life. My parents never really played music. I wasn't really around it very much. And so suddenly this woman was playing music every day. I would just be with her every day when she was playing, and I'd just like dance around and just drink a beer with the guys and chase after girls. Playing music is some of the most alive I ever feel, and it's when life feels the most active and the most participatory and the most engaged is in the act of playing music, especially playing music with other people.